Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. What's happening? If you're here with me in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have Fayano, Scott Bro, Vibe Trade, Chris, Tech Maestro, Luna, Cyrus, Darren S. Repberg, Tink SW, Amateur Genius Flyer, Jim. What's up, Jim? Julius, Luna, Magic Mel, Pancadas, morning, Nathanator, Chris 18, Bird, Spasdrick, Dr. Purple 8, morning, Born Thor, morning, Mason, morning, Gringo El Diablo, Monkey Trades, Jordan, Silent NW, Trader Page, good morning, Yen Ren Robert, morning, Mark Hammond, Lifestyle Freenan, Tattooed Grove, or Groove, rather. Esban, Enriquez, Devraj, good morning, Robert P. Hot Sauce, James S, good morning, Gary Kitty, Lil Stegs, Laces, good morning, Jonathan Joe, Don Montclair, Tiro, good morning, Doug, Bobby, good morning, Day Trader, what a classic name right there, Ronnie, Chi-Chi, Stoa, Ashton. Oh, look, the market's doing stuff right when we go live. Woo! Look at that. Haven't taken any trades yet. But market is going up here. It looks like we just broke through the VWAP and the old NQZ. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. It is ripping and roaring here. I had this line drawn right here, and right when I was about to take it, the thing just took off without me, and now it's just off to the races here. Oh, it's gone. So we do have a big print coming out here in 27 short minutes. Anybody know what that print is? Good morning there, Double G. What's that print that's coming out in 27 short minutes here? Check my audio. What's wrong with my audio? Let me see. Let's open up our sound settings here. Checking the audio. Oh, it's not me. Yeah, that's right. It's a PPI. It is the PPI. That's right. You do it. You do it. That's right. It's PPI, ladies and gentlemen, which means that's going to be the trade that we're going to look to take today. That's going to be the one. That's one that's giving us all of the juicy, delicious, wonderful volatility here. It's going to be, it's going to be delicious. And tomorrow we follow that up with even more delicious volatility, because we had CPI tomorrow. So PPI final demand for July is out today, this morning. I'll get the previews out here very shortly, let you know what numbers we're looking for and why. And then tomorrow, of course, we'll be trading the CPI together on Wednesday. Today, that's really it. And tomorrow, that's really it. Those are the only two prints that are really happening today and tomorrow. However, today we do have a speaker. It is the only voting member of the Fed who's speaking today, or speaking this week, and that is Mr. Raphael Bostic. This market is just carrying here to the top side. Like it's got a mission here. It's got a mission to boot, scoot, and rally. Trading news like this is the best strategy to play the aftermath of the information to try to catch the initial move itself. Good question, Jordan. Love that you asked that. It is very difficult to catch the move as the print is happening because there is a moment where there's a lack of liquidity. So the spreads that are going to be offered to you as the retail trader are going to be quite terrible. So you can press the button and see something. I mean, golly, do I have to get in? I feel like I just need to get into this thing right here and now. I guess I could trade like a combine on this thing. But this thing is just ripping and rallying here. I'm getting some FOMO here. But yeah, so trading news like the PPI and of course the CPI tomorrow is of course extremely difficult. But trying to catch that initial print, it's definitely a strategy. I recommend doing it on a practice account so you can understand what's going on. And now that you can trade on Top Step X with hotkeys, I would recommend doing it with the hotkeys on Top Step X. But it's one of those things that requires practice, right? There's a lot of practice that's involved in getting that right. Jeez, this thing is just still going. All right, whatever. I'm going to stop talking about it and just take it. I'm in a combine. Whatever. Whatever. You're forcing me to take the dang trade. I'll take the trade. Chipotle is selling off, I think, on what's the news that just came out? Chipotle, by far and away, one of the most garbage joints out there. If you eat Chipotle, you need to check yourself. Chipotle is literal garbage. It's so bad. It's the worst. It's fake healthy food. Hotkeys on Top Step. They're on Top Step X. They got released yesterday, unless I'm dreaming about hotkeys or something, which could happen. There is a bidder underneath. I want to try to actually capture this move over 45 and try to layer into this thing so you can get a little pop above this 45 area. A little pullback to 40 wouldn't hurt us either. Let's see what happens. Good poison at its finest. I mean, I don't understand why it's still so successful. It's crazy. Trying to jump into this 45 push. Get a little aggressive here. We get through this player at 45. This thing's gone. We're really stacked into this thing here. This needs to break 45s here and now. Go, do it. Do the thing. That'd be great to have some a little bit of padding before PPI comes out here. We got some layered offers up at 50. See if we can tag those things. 40s are holding. I see this thing just launch right here. Up through 45. If we get through 45, this thing should start to scream. Really. If you trade the initial move on CPI, PPI, you're not trading, you're gambling. There's one of those people again. You're gambling. I mean, if it works for you and you're consistent with it, who's to tell you what to do? You know? It's gambling. Well, who cares? Do your own thing. Don't let some dude in the comments tell you what to do and how to live your life. If you want to live your life by the seat of your pants, by golly, live your life by the seat of your dang pants. All right, so we got that move over 45. Isn't all life a gamble, though, South Tribe? Isn't all life a gamble? Isn't it? Isn't all life just a gamble? Isn't it a gamble when, you know, are you married, South Tribe? Let me ask you this. Are you married? All right, South Tribe's taking forever to type. He's probably got one of his hand is occupied right now. He's watching Ripstream. All right, so we are up at 760s right now. And we are still auctioning higher here. You are married. Okay, well, congratulations. That's a gamble right there, being married. There's a gamble right there. That's a big gamble. That was one bet I made that didn't turn out. It's a gamble. Everything's a gamble. You're gambling half your net worth there. You know, it's a big gamble. Carl, I'm excited to see your meme today. We are going to be on Fast Markets today, by the way. Let me move this down. I'm happy that we caught this. Well, it's only in combines. Whatever. I'm happy we caught this before the PPI print comes out, so at least we have some padding to play with, right? 50-50 chance you'll stay married or divorced. Yeah, it's about 50-50. What is the divorce rate here? I got to see this. Let's see. Divorce rate America 2024. Let's see. 42%. Oh boy, 42%. I mean, those are some pretty, those are kind of shaky odds there. So to harp on my point there, you took a gamble by getting married. How long have you been married there? What was your name again, Mr. Nobody? South Tribe. What was, how long have you been married for? 42% chance that marriage ends in shambles, my friend. That's a gamble. Those are not very good odds. I like to take trades where I only have like a 20%. 12 years. See, the clock's ticking against you. Maybe it's only got like 3 years left or something. 42%. 42% could end in a divorce, my friend. It's a gamble. See where I'm going with this? Everything's a gamble. Everything has statistical odds to work against you. I hope that your marriage doesn't end in a divorce, but the point is like everything's a gamble, right? Everything. Absolutely everything is a gamble. You never know. Your wife just signed up for a Pilates class or something. Maybe she goes on a lot of girls' trips. Maybe that 42% chance is a little bit higher than you think, South Tribe. You never know. You never know. 42% end in marriages end in divorce, the rest end in death. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly right, right? You never know. You just have to roll the dice, my friend. Maybe the new jiu-jitsu instructor. Honey, I'm doing karate now. Oh, goodness. The only thing that's guaranteed in life is death. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Some people might live forever. You just never know. Dude, that's your line? That's too far. Is that your line right there? That's your line. Did we find your line this morning? Aw. I would make a terrible marriage counselor. Oh, goodness. Good morning, Rips. After 3 years of trading, finally took a week off and had a really bad tilted week. Really hard to do, actually, but after the third day, I actually started feeling refreshed and clear-minded. Yeah, there you go. See, it's all about taking a week off, taking some time away, and finding that peace, finding that peace there. Just finding your peace. Finding your peace, seeing where it's at. And when you find that peace, usually you'll realize like, hey, it's not so bad. It's kind of like, we're just joking around here talking about divorce and everything. But, we've all been through bad breakups. I'm assuming that everybody's had at least one bad breakup in their life, right? Everybody's gone through at least one bad breakup. I don't know anybody I've talked to that hasn't had at least just one. You get that one relationship that's like that bad breakup, and I'm sure you can think about it, you can remember it. But at the time when it happens, it feels like it's the end of the world. It feels like nothing's ever going to get better. And trading is a lot in the same way where, in that moment, it feels like nothing's ever going to get better. Nothing's ever going to change. You feel down in the dumps, like this is horrible. I can't catch a winning trade. But you just give it some time, and the time away from that subject, that painful subject, is what solves things, right? That's what solves things. And, if you're taking time away from trading, you might find that everything kind of reverses itself. You go back to having that love. For me, I took a 6-month break from trading here. 6-month break for trading. And that was, that was what did it for me. It brought back my love for trading because I was very frustrated. I was on tilt for a very, very long time. And yeah, the only thing that solved that was just a little breakacito. A little breakacito from my trading. And that kind of solved everything for me. My first breakup, she couldn't deal with it and kept pretending we were still together. Oh, you don't want it. That's the crazy girl. Turning up at my house and work, even bought us a dog and an apartment. Oh my gosh. You're a real Casanova over there. You can't get rid of him, huh? Dude, that's terrible. That's so scary. Like, that's terrifying. She was blind. I don't believe you now. She was blind. I don't believe you. Don't bring it up. I'll go on. Yeah, but the thing is like you spend more time away from whatever the problem is. Your brain finds a way to fix things. Your brain finds a way to get over it. There's a study that's been done that when your brain is like, why is it? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought one of my accounts wasn't copy. I actually copy traded on this one. I don't know why I did either, but hey, there we go. Anyway, your brain has an interesting way of dealing with things. And so let's just say we're talking about relationships, right? You like to watch movies with your partner. Your brain starts to form these connections where doing normal things like watching a movie with your partner becomes this thing where It's normal now. And when you take away a piece of that, it kills the routine and it kills that part of your brain that seeks that balance or that normalcy. And so when you have a breakup, you're missing that piece, and now your brain starts to freak out a little bit. And that's why it takes so long, because your brain has to rewrite those connections with that person now missing. And so when it comes to trading, which is very similar in the same way, where you're on tilt and you're repeating these patterns where you're going on tilt, you're having a bad trade, you're having a snap reaction. The only way that you can start to erase that is just pulling yourself out of the trading, which is the causality of these things. And so that will weaken those connections in your brain where you're becoming frustrated. You put on a trade, you become frustrated. And you're like, oh, see, look, every single time I put on a trade, it goes against me. I'm super frustrated. That is what can kill you in trading. And so taking a break from that starts to repair those synapses in your brain, those connections in your brain. And guess what? Your brain starts to realize, okay, there's no connection there. It's not so bad. I'm being emotional. Those connections shouldn't exist in the first place. You put on a trade. And obviously you go into it with the good intentions now, and that connection isn't as strong as it was when you're sitting there and you're barreling on tilt over and over and over, right? So what you do is you take a break away from it. You come back with really good intentions of, I want to be a winning trader. I want to put on good trades. I'm taking a calculated risk. This is a good amount of risk that I'm putting on. I have a measured stop. It all makes sense. You put that on, and now your brain is starting to form those new connections, right? That is what is super important with taking breaks in trading. And, just kind of tie it all together here. Relationships are very similar to trading. The relationship that you have with yourself as a trader is important to keep tabs on. And if you're not doing this, so I recommend all the time, and I'll never stop talking about it, you must be journaling. If you're not journaling, you're never going to keep tabs on yourself. And don't procrastinate on this, because I'm telling you, it will serve you so much better than you could ever believe if you've never done it before. Everybody that I've talked to has never journaled before. They start to journal, every single thing in their trading starts to change almost immediately. It was just like this. Usually trading is about improving your trading, is about these little tweaks, these tiny little tweaks. You make these little tiny adjustments, these micro adjustments in your trading, your psychology, your attitude, your process. You start to see improvements. What if I could say 100% guarantee there's a way to improve your trading 1%? Would you take it? The answer is yes. Unless you're some self-sabotaging person that wants to not improve your trading. I don't know. If I could say, here's a 100% guaranteed straight shot to improve your trading by 1% minimum, of course you'd take that. And the answer for most of you out there is going to be, begin journaling right now. If you're not journaling today, just start doing it. And I don't care if it just starts with one sentence that you're writing. One sentence being, I had a bad day today. That's a journal entry. That's something, right? And by repeating this process, it opens up those pathways in your brain, and it becomes easier. Because right now, if you're the person who's not doing this, you're coming from this procrastination mindset where you're looking at it and you're saying, I would start journaling, but it's just so much extra work and I'm exhausted. I just had a bad day of trading. The last thing I want to do is write down how bad my day of trading was. But you're fooling yourself, because you're creating this whole mountain of work in your brain that doesn't exist, because you're in control of this. You're the person who is in control of what you're going to be journaling. You're the person in control of how much workflow that's going to take. I got filled there. All right, so let's see. I think that was in that was in the profit. So puts us up here. Like I said, we did copy on this. Let's see. Hey, $5,700. Combines, right? Combines. There you go. But, take this advice that I'm giving you, because the people that I mentor, a lot of people that I talk to about, oh, why haven't you started journaling yet? And they say, well, it's a lot of work. I don't even know where to start. What do I do? And the whole thing is like, just start, just do it. Just start the thing right now. Just do it right now. Just start doing it. And I don't care if it's 3 words in a Google Doc. I don't care if it's on a notepad, on a Post-it note. At least it's opening up the door to that process. Because I promise you that process creates the best version of yourself as a trader, right? As a trader. Scott says, no negative self-talk, not even your journal. That's another one I can agree with. But if you're having a dumpy day and you're feeling down in the dumps and you had a really bad trading day, I've had the worst trading days in my career. I had trading days where I literally felt like I was physically sick. Like my stomach was so bad, like keeling over physically sick. Like the pain that you have where it's like, you're just like, dude, I never want to trade again. I never want to feel this pain again. I've had those days, but I've found the strength to actually journal on those days because I can go back. I don't read them often, but like those are the days that like they have some really good information in them as far as my emotions. I don't like to revisit those moments or even talk about them because they were so traumatic. But for the most part, if I didn't have that time to write down things in my journal, then, you know, I probably would have lost a little bit of what I actually experienced in that exact moment. Because another thing that we have a good thing of doing is we take the muck and we bury it underneath and we repress things. And we, you know, there's repressive memories that we have that we don't access very well. And if we're journaling at that moment when it's fresh and it's top of mind, you'll get it out there and you'll open it up. This is all very important because being a good trader is being in touch with yourself, understanding who you are as a person, and knowing what it takes to get past your blockades that are holding you back as a trader. Because I promise you, there's a lot, not just from your strategic standpoint, there's a lot from your emotions and your psychology that's holding you back. And I'll always harp on this. Yes, you need to have setups to be a successful trader. Yes, you need to have proven profitability, things that work as a trader. But holding those profitable trades comes into the psychology and emotions as a trader. Like yesterday, I had a great trade on my live account yesterday. And somebody even DM'd me and they said, how did you hold that trade for so long? I mean, for me, it wasn't even that long of a trade. The market was flushing, but they're saying, wait, how did you hold that out? Why didn't you close it out earlier? You know, you were guaranteed profit. Why didn't you hold it out or close it out earlier? And it's just like, well, I had profit targets on the way down. I'm not even really looking at the P&L of the trade. Just so happened it was a really good trade. Made $5,300 on that trade in my live account. But they were asking me, you know, why didn't you close it at like 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000? And the answer is simple. Well, it wasn't at my target. I'm not paying attention to what the P&L is. I'm paying attention to what is my idea for the trade. Where's my target to the downside? And thankfully, we had SW, who's one of our mods here in Discord. He had a very similar downside target to me. So there's confluence. You know, there's our family and MC working together. Great confluence on that trade, right? And so with that, it became super simple. I wouldn't say simple, but it made the process of the trade a lot easier. So make sure that you're doing this. If you haven't started journaling, start today. Literally just start today. Just do it today. You owe it to yourself. I mean, you're going to spend all this time trading, watching charts and everything. You're going to tell me you're not going to reflect and give yourself that emotional checkup, that psychology checkup on a daily basis. That is such a big part of your trading. And if you're ignoring that and you're sweeping that to the wayside, those problems are only going to exacerbate and get worse and worse and worse. So it's up to you, right? It's up to you to solve these things. Nobody's coming for you in trading. This is a single player game, right? Obviously, there's other participants in the market, but this is a single player game. And if you're not watching out for yourself, nobody else is going to come watch out for you. This is you, right? It's up to you. And if you want to procrastinate one little area, do you think the profits are really going to come running for you? Right? This is one of the most competitive games out there, right? This is one of the most competitive sports out there. This is like extreme digital World Series high stakes musical chairs, right? This is one of the most competitive sports out there. And who are you up against? The biggest and brightest minds in the world. There's people who turn down jobs at NASA so that they can go work at Citadel to write algorithms for Citadel. And it's like, well, what did you study? Well, I wrote a thesis on rocket propulsion. Oh, so you're a rocket scientist? Yeah. Well, why do you work here? Because of the money. Because of the money. These are the people you're up against. And you're going to tell me that you're too proud to journal? Come on. And you think you're going to be successful? Come on. Let's be real with yourself. This is a game where you have to put in a tremendous amount of work. What's up, Coach Jay? Give it up for Coach Jay in the building. Give it up. Tony says, I actually started a Discord room just for myself. Great place to journal. Yeah, it's true. You just write yourself notes in your own Discord room. It's just your own private room for yourself. And it's a great place to journal. You can do that. You can do Google Docs. There's so many different avenues that you can choose for journaling, but you got to do it, right? You have to do it. If you don't do it, you're missing out on so much. Give an example of a good or bad journal entry you've done in the past. I never share my journal entries ever, right? I've shared one single journal entry in a webinar, but I do that specifically because I want to know that when I'm journaling, it's specifically just for me, right? And I want to keep that relationship locked in, right? I want to be able to know that like, there's never going to be a point where I'm going to be sharing this entry with anybody else. And so I want to be completely intimate, completely honest, everything. Bad entry, I don't know if I've had any bad entries because any entry is a good entry. No entry is a bad entry. Not journaling is a bad entry. And yes, I have skipped journaling before, and it's not been a good thing. I'm going to be honest. Of course, I've skipped journaling before, but that's what I would say would be a bad entry right there. Not journaling at all. A single word on a piece of paper is better than no journaling at all. But there's been times when I've been so mentally crushed, the last thing that I could do is journal, and I still try to do it. There's been days where I haven't done it before. So I used to do it in a notebook. Then I moved to Google Docs. Google Docs is great because I can just do quick screenshots of trades. I can screenshot executions, and then I can come back to it later if I need to, or I just do a quick little brain dump. And it's like, grammar doesn't matter. Spelling doesn't matter. Obviously, Google Docs is spell check, but it doesn't matter. This is for you. This is for you. And then you're going to go back and review it. Usually I like to review my journals the next morning before I come on here, before I start to write the morning memo. That's when I like to review the journals and go over everything. So I have kind of this precursor for the day, this mental precursor of where I should be for the day. That's important. That's going to give me, okay, what are my tells for today? What am I looking out for? What should be top of mind? What were my pitfalls yesterday, right? PPI in 2.5 minutes. Thank you for that there, Charles. PPI in 2.5 minutes. Let's see if we can play the afterglow of this. So we are looking for month over month final demand at 0.2%. The prior read was 0.2%. So we're looking at no change there. And looking for a drop in X food and energy, and looking for an increase in the trade as well. So a drop in X food energy, and then if we bring in trade, we're looking for a higher read there. So 0.2% is the magic number. Year over year, 2.3%. So a drop of 30 basis points there. So 2.3% and 0.2% is what we're watching for. I'm going to try to let this print marinate. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so we can kind of see the order book getting cleared out. Great to do a combo of screenshots, videos, journaling, and trade journaling. Yes, exactly right, Al. 100%. PPI can move the market tremendously. Yeah, it can definitely move the market. Huge. Why are you already at 5.7K? Rewind. You'll see. I mean, the executions are right there. Sorry to disappoint. I know you were hoping it was red or something, I'm sure. Okay, order book is cleared out. You can see that thing is emptied out. I'm going to try to zoom out so I don't have bookmap lagging on this, but let's see this print here. Remember, 0.2% or 2.3%. Year over year is 2.3% estimate. Month over month, 0.2%. So 2.3 and 0.2. I do not have any trades open. I don't have any orders out. I'm just sitting here and waiting. Why do I get butterflies even though I'm like, yeah, welcome to being a trader, right? It's so funny. Even if you know you're not going to trade, you still get the tingles and jingles. Trader pays sitting on my hands. There you go. Let's see. 5 seconds, everybody. Good luck. Be careful. Expecting a big old zoop here. Not as crazy. 0.1% coming in cooler. Look at that. 0.2 lower than expected. Year over year, 2.2%. So 0.1 lower than expected. Lower across the board here. All right, I can zoom back in and kind of see what's going on with this order flow here. So far, equities and everything loves this print. Watching here. Are some cappers above. Interesting. See if they bring this down to 60s or something. Refresh some bids down here. They didn't get down to the 60s. There are some bids firming up a little bit here at these 90s. Let's see. Still a lot of movement here. You know, volume is kind of dying out, surprisingly. That was very, very quick. Very, very quick here. Swiping up at these 10s. Watching. Yeah, they're still not able to sell this. There's a lot of bid stacks. I'm surprised to see this many bid stacks here. They're just not able to sell through it yet. A lot of bid stacks there. A lot is happening. Okay, big bidder at 790 there. Somebody ate into that. That was a big amount of contracts there at 790. And again, now at 800. Interesting. There's a big seller on the tape, but somebody's bidding it up. So, yeah, I might actually take a little breather here. Might take a little breather. I'm going to take a quick little restroom break. I'll be right back with you, folks. Do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. And we're back. All righty. We did hold down there. We didn't get 760s yet. We are just kind of waffling around here. Market's actually a little thin right now. A little bit thin. Nice Davy Edge. Got $1,600. Yeah, this thing is still looking a little bit thin here. Looks like those buyers are not getting defeated here. Now we got some big buyers on the tapes and sellers up at 7s and 10s. Have to probably be a little bit scalpy here. Yeah, there's somebody trying to get out right there from the short side. Let's see what happens here. I feel like the path of least resistance is to the downside here. It feels that way at least. Let's see. All right, I'm going to put on a little bit of a short here. Trying for the path of least resistance here. See if we can get this flush through the 90s. Watching. There it is. Show me potato salad. I'm going to peel off one right here. Got one. Break even. It looked like the path of least resistance. Stop at 50%. Let's see. tagged out here. Now we got what we wanted. We wanted that tuck under 790s. So that does pad us up a little bit. What are we at now? 7,000. Cool. There we go. Yeah, it is trappy, but this is why we're scalping, right? We're scalping. We're looking for very specific little bouts of liquidity there. The tell was that player at 807, 810, and 805. See? You got to be careful. Got to be careful. And it just looked like the path of least resistance because we didn't have any bids below us, right? CPI tomorrow will be more important, I guess. Why do they release PPI before CPI? Is it new? It's just the way things are right now. You know, it's just the news that we have on the docket. We don't have this next FOMC is going to be the biggest one of the year because it's the last one before the election results. And then we get one right after the election results, which is crazy. So we'll have to see what happens. What year you start trading? 2013 or 2014? I got to go back and check. I want to say it was late 2013 when I opened up my actual first brokerage account. Of course, I'd paper traded and stuff before that. Like, you know, I used to like track stocks in the newspapers. Is your total profit in one account or multiple accounts? It's 5 combines. We're only trading in combines. Look, I'll show you. We're only in combines this morning. That's it. That's it. Only in combines. That's it, and that's all. But yeah, there you have it. So yeah, it just keeps on kind of bouncing around. You have to be scalpy right now because there's no clear direction outside of the only thing that I'm seeing is that we haven't entertained the liquidity down at 760 yet, which is precarious. It's a little bit interesting. There's some icebergs on the way down there. We had that flush through 790, big bidders starting to show up. I didn't expect a continued flush or else I would have added to that short. So, hey, Rips, think with Bookmap, the YouTube channel, want to be an affiliate with Top Step X. I know you could help nudge that alone. I have no idea. No idea. Do you think the economic news is going to make a negative impact? No, it's actually, I mean, it's good because the prices are dropping. That's inflation getting in the right spot, right? Hey, what's up, Coach DBA in the building? What's up, Coach DBA? What's up? That's impressive. I just started trading about 9 months ago and I'm already depressed. What are you depressed for? I mean, did you think that this was going to be an easy journey? What I like about you is you call out all your trades. Yeah, and I show them start to finish. I don't care if it's a losing trade. I'm a man. I'm not a coward. There's cowards out there who stream that will hide the trades. They're only going to show you their profitable trades. It's just cowardly, you know. And, you know, it just shows like who can trade and who can't trade. So just make sure if you know, do whatever you want with your time. But I always recommend watching somebody who's going to show you trades start to finish, who can talk about their trades while they're happening and not like show you, oh, look, you didn't get that one. What are you, stupid? It was my one profitable trade of the day. You know, if you're depressed trading, I mean, what was your expectation for trading? I always try to tell people, you know, your expectation for trading that should be that it's like 3 to 5 years to get plateauing. And when I talk about plateauing, it means that you're not going up, you're not going down. Your P&L is like, you know, you're not making money, but you're also not losing money. You get to your plateau phase about 3 to 5 years. About 3 to 5 years, at least in my experience. Some people do it sooner, but I'm talking about real consistency, right? This is a very, very long journey. If you think there's some kind of overnight success, I mean, come on, you're crazy. This is not an easy game. This is like we talked about this just moments ago. You're up against literal rocket scientists in this game that are trying to steal your money. They're out for your money. They're trying to get your money specifically. Oh, I want to try this trading thing. Cool. There's some blood in the water. Let's get that. No, thank you. They're trying to get you, right? If you think that this is like, oh, give me a couple years and I'm going to be running the jewels on these things. No, you're crazy. It's crazy. That's why I always say, oh, like I have a live chat support team and they get questions all the time. If I join Clubhouse, will I pass a combine? If I join Clubhouse, will I be a profitable trader? The answer is no. Definitely not. Never, ever would anybody, if you're hearing somebody make that claim, like, come join our group, you're going to be a profitable trader. They're crazy. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Trading is going to take you a very long time to become proficient at. A very, 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 very long time. And the trickier thing about it too is that most of the time when you're trading, you think you're getting better, which you are, but you think you're getting better faster than you actually are. You're not as good as you think you are. You're going to get a ton of false positives, right? You're going to get a ton of false positives where you think like, oh, I finally have it figured out. Oh, I've had a green week. This is the one, right? This is it for me. I'm finally doing it. No, you're not. And then the market comes and slaps you around. I had, there was like a 6-month period where I was on fire. Oh, I literally thought, I was like, I'm fine. It was like, I don't know, like 2 years in. I'm like, this is it. I figured it out. Only took me 2 years. This is great. And then there was like 2 trading sessions and I gave back the entire year in 2 sessions, like maybe 2.5, 3, probably 3 sessions. Let's say 3 sessions. Entire year. I was like 4 months into the year, took me 3 sessions, all my profit gone. It was crazy. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have it figured out. And it was tilt too. Like I was tilting. It was real money. It was obviously, I started trading props like in July of last year. So just over a year now of trading props. But like, that's what happens. Like, that's the reality of trading. Like, you think you get that headstrong confidence and you're like, this is easy. I've been putting in the hours. It's all paying out here. I'm so good now. I got this thing. Yeah, good one. I've been doing this for 10 years. Think about it. I took a break from trading my live account. They talk about this on Top Step TV yesterday. I took a break from trading my live account because it was just like, there's all these things, all these auxiliary factors that were getting to me. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to trade my live account right now. Took a pause. Now I'm trading my live account again. Back in the pocket with my live account. It's just been like, I'm on that leaderboard again. It feels good. I'm back in the pocket. That will end at some point where probably my emotions will get the best of me. I'll probably take a little breather from trading the live account, right? Anytime that you start to feel like you are getting a hand on things, you need to check yourself, because that level of headstrong overconfidence can lead you to do things that you shouldn't be doing. For instance, you lose a trade and you say, oh, I'm a good trader. I don't need to be losing these trades. This is just a stupid trade. I'll double my size on this next one. You know, hey, I'm not going to tell anybody. Hey, you going to tell anybody? Yeah, that's just me. Okay. Just keep this between us. Just double my size on this next one. I can get this one. Then, bam, you get smacked in the face. You're like, dude, why did I do that? I've been so consistent. What was I doing? Why did I do that? You know, you've seen it. You've probably seen it in your own trading too, where it's just like you do that, you slip, you've been so consistent. You do that literally just that one single time. You just like, all right, break my rules this one single time, right? And those are the worst. I swear, it's the worst. And it's like, and this is why I say, it's like, dude, nobody's coming for you. If you're not your best ally in the fight, you're going to be your worst enemy. Nobody's coming for you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to be like, dude, Rips, what are you doing? Stop that. Bro, stop that. Why are you doing that right now? And I'm guilty. I've done this before. You know, you just do stupid stuff. But the time that you spend doing this, the time that you experience the market, it gets this stuff out of your system. This is why I always say too, like the desperate trader is the trader who's not going to be beating these markets. The desperate trader is the one who's going to get mollywhopped. The desperate trader is going to get smoked because they reek of desperation. And they're like, I just need this to work. So you start doing unruly things that don't fit into your trading plan. And I have a very specific trading plan with each trade that I take. Sometimes I get out of the pocket and I fall out of balance with that trading plan. It happens. But the less that you're doing that, the better off you're going to be. By the way, 845 injection of liquidity right there. We are still coming down. So we have basically tagged a double high, double topping high here. Up here above 820. I believe that SW, wasn't that one of your levels up there? 820s? Wasn't it like 817 something up there, right? Talk to me, SW. Wasn't it something like that? Rips, am I on Top Step? Yeah, I am on Top Step TV today. I'm going to be on Fast Markets. I'm going to be on with MP, I think, and my trading buddy Dakota, of course, Andre, Eddie, and Hogue. The dream team, baby. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. There he is, Coach Dakota in the flesh. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super, super excited about it. Oh, Mungalo's back. Davai. What's up, buddy? Davai. Privyet, Russia. Davai. Good morning, Rips. Can you recommend a good site to learn how to read Bookmap? It's just going to take time. Literally one time. A lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time. And it's going to continue to throw false positives to you. It's going to be very, very difficult. It was like about a year in where I started to get a hang on things, but like leading up to that year in, it was super duper insanely difficult. Like false positives out the wazoo. Insanely difficult. Dakota's approach was seeking previous support resistance levels have helped a lot. He is a rock star. I mean, if you're looking to learn from somebody, find somebody who fits in with something that coalesces with your style. And maybe come outside of your comfort box a little bit. Maybe try a different style, and you might find out that style works great for you. For instance, like let's say you have a lot of trouble pushing the buttons. Dakota's style is really congruent with that, meaning that, it allows you to have confidence in your trades. You're waiting for a certain setup. He often puts resting passive orders out, waiting for them to be tagged. You see that often on his slow markets program, which, by the way, Sunday through Thursday now, right? If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Sunday through Thursday now on Top Steps YouTube channel. We are coming down now. Anybody catch the short to the downside? Thing is coming down. How do you handle the urge to poop and the anxiety when close the trade when you're up 5-10% of the balance? I mean, again, it's experience. You have to be, there's a level of numbness that you have to the price action, because you have to just stick with your plan. Like yesterday, like making $5,300 on my live account, it's a good amount of money. It's a good chunk of change in one single trade. It's a great trade. It's a lot of coin. How do you have the confidence? I'm not looking at the money. I'm just looking at the trade. I want it to go down to this price. I have 5 contracts on. I want it to go down to this price. There's certain things that are in my head where it's like, if it pops up and it's weak, I could add to this. Maybe we go to 7 contracts. If it comes down, we refresh. Maybe I can find a way to add into this for push lower. There's certain things that are going off in your head. I'm not sitting there and thinking like, oh, like I'm up this much, I should probably close it. It's not, but it comes with time, right? And I don't know if it's something that people can, I'm not so sure if it's something that every single person can achieve. I started playing poker 25 years ago, and I knew from early on that I had that part of my mind that worked perfectly, where I could separate myself from the money and have that detachment where I'm using units and I'm playing with chips, and they're just units, and it's not money. It's not. And it's something interesting with that, where it's like, let's just use whole numbers here. Like go spend $100 on a dinner versus like, I'm going to call $100 on this poker bet, right? You call $100, you're calling. Who cares? But that amount of money, when you're going to go spend that, is different. It just feels different. One is money, one is a tool. It's a completely different thing. Big higher time frame structure rejection there, Rips, plus old weekly value area low chart above. Let's see. You post that chart. There you go. Ah, yes. Very nice. Yep. Yeah, that is exactly right. What day is that from? What time frame is this chart in? Looks like 30-minute bars or 15-minute bars. Second guessing yourself all the time. Hourly. Okay, so there you go. Second guessing yourself. If you second guess yourself all the time, go into a practice account and just start taking those trades where you're going to feel like they're impulse trades, but I promise you that your brain is doing all the calculations. It's on the back burner. It's doing these calculations. There's a reason why you're doing these things. And if you're finding yourself like, oh, I second guess myself, and then you're correct on most of these trades, it's not that you're sitting there and you're like impulsively taking trades, because impulsivity trades are terrible, right? But if you're actually sitting there and your brain is calculating all of these things and it's kind of on the back burner, you're not consciously sitting there front of mind calculating these things, but subconsciously you're watching the price action. You're saying, well, if it did this, I should do this. I would just say, go over to a practice account, start firing in those trades and see what happens after a week of doing it. And if you're finding yourself that you're just impulsively taking any trade that comes across the table, there's a problem there, right? It's hard to have that mentality when you're broke, 100%, which is why I say that if you're trading and you've quit everything to trade, you're going to be in a bad situation, always. And the same thing goes for anything. Like, I can see poker players at the table where they're playing well above their means, and that's a huge target for me. I don't even have to play my cards. I can just look for when they're weak and then just put them to the test of a decent amount of money. And unless they have a very, very good hand, they can't afford to call. Same thing goes with trading. If you're trading, you're desperate. You're going to be very desperate to take trades. And then here's the thing. This is what I found with all of the people that I've mentored throughout the years. What I found is amongst the desperate traders, they all have this very similar trait where they look for their setup comes, and then they stop. They don't take the trade, and then their setup starts to work. And then all of a sudden, now they get all the strength in the world to start taking that trade. And let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go to the 30 second. Well, let's do the 10-second bars so we can get really granular. But this is what this looks like, right? So here comes the desperate trader. They're like, this is coming out to this top here, and this is looking weak for exhaustion. I want to short this here. And then it starts to go down. It comes back up. They say, okay, maybe I was wrong about a short. Then it comes down. It comes back up. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the short. And then it starts to barrel down. And now they take the entry right here. So they missed their entry up here, right? And now they're taking it down here. And it comes down. They're like, oh, I was right. Now they add heavily right here. Boom, pops up, stops them out. That's the desperate trader. Instead of the confident trader that says, this is exhausting up here. I think this is exhausting. I want to take this trade. I'm short, and I'm going to take it to somewhere around here, these bottoming areas. Boom, out right there. Took it from there to there. Trade's done. Confident trade. Right? Oh, is it working? Oh, I'm not sure. Is it working? Okay, fine. I'm going to take it. All right. Right? And you can't manage your emotions. That's the problem with the desperate trader. And this is why I say, if trading, look, Top Step makes it extremely affordable to trade. It's $49, $99, $149. You get an XFA, you pay one lifetime fee, $149. You get money in your account. It's your money. You take it at your own pace. Trade on the micros for as long as you want. Do whatever you want, right? But if that type of money, $49, $99, $149, if that is a big ask from you, and you're going into like credit card debt and taking, tons of stress to do these things, just stop. The market's not going anywhere, right? Everybody's like, oh, once this COVID market ends, this is going to be terrible. Have you seen like the last 2 weeks of trade, like how much opportunity there's been in the NQ? Could you or could you have not taken 5 XFAs and made 6 figures almost every single day in the last 2 weeks? Yes. Would you have done it? Probably not. I didn't. But the point is that the trades were there, right? Everybody's like, oh, the COVID market. Oh man, when's that going to come back? You don't need that. You can make 6 figures with what's your total risk here? Right? So let's see. Bring out the old calculator. Here we go. 149 times 5. We're going to use the big boy accounts. And now you're getting them all the XFAs. So you're in for $1,490. All right. In for $1,490. And then you're risking $1,490 to make potentially 6 figures. That's a good risk reward to me. But again, if this is a lot of money to you and this is not disposable income, that's where it becomes a very precarious thing, right? That's where it becomes something where it's like, dude, maybe pump the brakes a little bit, right? Maybe think about pumping the brakes, because if that's a lot of money, and you don't have to do it full bore like that. Look we can go back to the calculator here. All right, you buy 150K for $49, then you get your combine, your XFA for $149. You're in for $198. Maybe you take a payout of $5,000 there. So you're risking $200 to make $5,000, 25 to 1 there. Not bad. Right? Not bad. So it's all about how you're framing it. And just because you see somebody online making like 6 figures doesn't mean that you should be gunning for that if that's not in your wheelhouse of what you can afford right now. The market is not going anywhere. Okay? The market isn't going anywhere. And everybody seems to think like, everybody's like, they're so terrified that if they don't trade here and now, in this desperate frame of mind, like I'm just so desperate, like I need this to work. I don't have the money to afford to trade right now. I need this to work right here and now. Those people are the ones that are getting smoked, believe me. If you're in that mindset, just stop. Like I'm telling you right now, just stop it. The market's going to be here when you're good and ready. What's going to be a better mindset to have? When you actually have the money to be able to do this, or the desperate trader right now who's like, dude, I need this to work right here and now. That's not the trader who's going to be able to hold on to their profitable trades, right? At all. If trading is your only income, it is important to place a lot of focus on risk management and not making riches. Sure, the money is needed, but good trades fare better than bad trades. And again, I'm from the camp where I don't think that trading should be your only sole source of income. When I first started to actually trade real money back 10 years ago, I had money from my businesses that supported the trading habit. And I'll call it a habit because it wasn't profitable. It was a very expensive habit and hobby until it became profitable. And without having a secondary source of income, without having the money from my businesses to funnel into trading, I would have not been able to do it, especially at the size that I was trading. There's no way that I would have been able to sustain that because I was a losing trader. So if you're just getting started here and you're saying, well, $49 is a big ask for me, then just chill, relax. You can trade on TradingView for free. There's a paper trading thing. I think NinjaTrader has a free version that you can trade paper on. I'm pretty sure, or there's probably like a platform you pay like $7 a month for data. There's certain ways to trade without putting capital at risk that's going to be there for you, right? It's going to be there for you. The market's not going anywhere. I promise you. The market's not going anywhere. Is it worth trying to get into a fund as a trader? What do you mean getting into a fund? I already made my day on Top Step X, locked my account, now paper trade only. There you go, Waleed. Let's go. 2E says, get a credit card, take out 10K, put it in the market and go. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in financial ruins. Like, again, I know trading is amazing. It's fun. We all enjoy it. We're all here. Obviously, we're all fans of the market. We all love trading. But I'm telling you right now, the market will be here. It's not going anywhere. It's literally not going anywhere. And you need to ask yourself whether or not that $49 for a combine is a big ask. And it's not like you're just going to spend $49 and you're done. You still have to pay $149 to activate your XFA. You still have to pay for resets if you're going to reset your account. But if you're at the level where it's like $49, it's not too much, but it's also, I don't want to be losing $49 that often. It's still some money to me. If you're from that camp, get that $49 account. Just use the practice mode. You get unlimited resets in your practice account. Just use the practice account. There's no rush to start that combine. Use the practice account. You get data and everything, right? The monthly fee for going live, but on XFAs, there's no monthly fee. And to be honest with you, it's pretty difficult to be called up to live. There's not a lot of folks that get called up to live. It's very difficult to be called up to the live. So, and I get that question often in here, like, well, what about the live account and this and that? Well, let's pace ourselves. Let's get to the XFA level first. Let's take some payouts. Let's do all that first. There you go. I wish I had trading friends or a friend, but trading gaming friend would be awesome. Richard, you got friends in here, buddy. We're here every single day. Rips, I've gained a lot of respect for you over the months. You keep it real, keep it clear. Props to you. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, buddy. I used Apex. Yeah, I did use Apex. I took a 20K payout from Apex and I didn't use them again. It wasn't congruent with this type of style that I trade. And that's okay. If you use Apex and you're doing it and you're making money, trade with Apex. Trade whoever is making you money. Trade on all the props. Do whatever it takes. It's your money. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, right? I can only share my own experiences. If you're making money on other props, trade on other props. I just enjoy Top Step. I love Top Step. I'll never stop trading on Top Step. I love them. AMP futures with free quant tower is a great place to start practice. Just pay for data. There you go. Adam said it. Yeah. Pay for data is probably like, less than $40 a month for data. And there you go. It's a great way to get some trading in. And don't let anybody around you try to pressure you into start trading if that money is a lot of money to you. Okay? Don't do that. Don't get conned into taking on something where it's like too expensive for you. By the way, 9 a.m. injection of liquidity coming in hot here in 5 seconds. Let's see. Let's go to Bookmap. Let's see. I'm curious. Nothing much. We have been driving off those lows. What's funny is that I called for 760. We still didn't get down to 760. Did we even touch 770s? What was the low here? We touched 773. Still haven't had that liquidity down at 760s there. Crazy. Somebody's still defending the crap out of that. Somebody's front running the pants off that thing. Even Iron Beam has free practice accounts with data. There you go. So don't fool yourself thinking that you need to rush into these props. I see far too many people where they want to talk a big game and they want to get into these props, and $49 is a lot of money to them, and that's fine. We're all at different stages in our life, right? I grew up dirt poor. I couldn't trade for the longest time. I loved trading. I had a fascination with trading. I tracked stocks in the newspaper, you know. I always glorified like Wall Street. The movie was great. You know, glorified traders and investment banking and everything. I was always enamored with it at a young age, but obviously it wasn't my path early on. You grow up poor, it's not your path, believe me. Finance is not your path when you grow up poor, but when I had the financial means to do it, and my buddy comes into my office and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're trading." Like, how do you trade? Don't you need a license to do that? It blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I can just deposit money in this thing. They let me do whatever I want. This is great. You know, it's cool. But it cost me a lot of money. And if I didn't have that money to lose, then I would be in a horrible situation. Good morning, Rips. Please, how do you identify exhaustion, volume traded, or wicks? It depends on what time frame you're tracking, but if you're seeing a lot of volume kind of come up, and then it tapers off when you get to certain levels, that can be considered exhaustion. Bookmap is a great tool to be watching exhaustion there. They let me do whatever I want, and then it's gone. Exactly right. With size, shouldn't be trading max contracts on the go. 100%. I agree with you, 100%. Meaning in real life, like a Dakota or Rips, like to come over and stuff like that, hang out, trade, barbecue, swim, talk, trading. I love that. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you never know. Maybe there's somebody in the Hidden Hills that's a trader. I'm sure there's plenty of traders in Hidden Hills there, Richard. A lot of gamers connect online, so online traders should be able to do the same thing. Well, you know, speaking of like in-person stuff, we're going to be doing some in-person events with Top Step, MC and Top Step, and it's going to be great. I'm excited to meet people in person. They're all going to be out here in Vegas, so it's like, you know, an international hub. Who doesn't love Vegas? So trader meetups, strategy, talking like live trading, and, you know, we'll throw it to the community and see what the community wants to do. But I'm thinking like really fun trader meetups where we all have like a strategy session where we have the coaches doing live strategy teachings. Then we do live trading sessions, and then like maybe like pool day, dinners, you know, lunches, whatever. You know, there's always something to do in Vegas. Always something to do. Got to get one going in Chicago. There's been a couple meetups in Chicago. There's been a couple. Yeah, the Las Vegas Speedway. There's endless amounts of things to do here in Vegas. You can do car racing. You can do plane flying, paintball, shooting guns, driving tanks. Like, there's endless things to do here in this town. It's crazy. Big Kahuna says, I felt like and was trading like I was going to make $1 million my first 6 months of trading, then boom, got hit with trading reality. Now it's been a slow grind learning how to properly trade. Well, you know, it's good that you got the dose of reality sooner than later. But yeah, I feel like that's everybody's initial reason to get into trading. Like for me, I got very, very lucky in my first week of trading. I made a bunch of money, and then I subsequently lost it over, I think it's like a week and a half or 2 weeks of trading. I want to go back and actually look at my account, the statements, and see how fast did I evaporate that money, because it was quick. But yeah, you know, you have this, your entry into trading. Usually, for me at least, my first foray into trading was like very profitable, and I got lucky playing some triple leverage ETFs, and I got correct on the first couple of trades that I took. So there you go. Yeah, you could drive tanks in Vegas, Dollar, believe it or not. What's your thoughts on scaling in and scaling out? Do you do it? Yes, I do. Scaling in, let's talk about that. That's a good question. Scaling in is a little bit harder than scaling out. Scaling out is kind of easy because you have certain profit targets that you're taking, but scaling in is an art form because you want to look at each thing as a separate trade. So let's just say that you caught this right here. You got the best entry ever. Now, the trick is to scale in on, if you think that the price is going to be, you know, this is a good target for price right here, right? Somewhere here, right? This whole area is a good target for price. But let's just say you're looking for this topping area, which is this bottom and this top. So every single pullback or consolidation, you're looking for an ad. So here's be an ad, here's an ad, here's an ad, here's an ad, here's an ad. But each one of these, if you're good at tracking your scaling in, is going to be considered a separate trade. So let's just say your exit point is here and you're doing like scaling out here, and then you have runners up to like here is your all out area. Obviously this trade's an amazing trade, but this trade is going to be from here to here. This trade is going to be here to here. This trade is going to be here to here. This trade is going to be here to here. But let's say that this started to roll over here. This trade is going to be here to here. If this started to roll over and your stop is like just below your entry, this trade becomes from here to here, here to here, here to here. So this is now wiping out all of the profits from this trade and then 2 more additional trades where you don't have any profit. And so scaling it is an art form because you have to be tracking multiple positions essentially. You can look at it as all as one position in your average, but I like to consider that when I'm scaling into a trade, I'm looking at each trade independently, and it's a little bit more difficult to track. And that's why usually when I'm trading, I like to try to get as much size on as early as possible if I'm confident in the trade. For instance, if my target is up in this area here, I want to get as many contracts in at these lows. If I think this is a sweep of lows, I want to get as many contracts in as possible down here because I want to be dumping up here. All in here, all out here. Obviously, I missed this, but that's not the trade idea. The trade idea was here. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. But I look at scaling as each independent trade there. Each independent trade. Love the chart drawings. Call me John Madden, baby. Let's do a quick poll in here. Make sure you slam that lucky like button. If we have about 2,000 people in here watching. Let's see, we're at 411 likes. I'll do a quick combine giveaway if we can get this up to 800 likes. Just everybody click the like button on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Here we go. If we get it up to 800 likes, we'll do a quick combine giveaway. Let's see. I'm watching the likes here. Let's see. Come on. Because we got to go over to Top Step TV. I would love to do a giveaway before we go. We're at 577. Come on. We can do this. Boom. Tough acting, tenactin. Boom. John Madden was great. Meme done. Oh, nice. I can't wait to see it, Carl. I'm excited. We're very close. Come on, let's get there. 681, 119 more. Come on. Let's do it. Turducken. What's up, Nick for a tick? How you doing, buddy? 85 more likes. We got this. Come on, 85 more. Let's just click it. Just click that button. I'm going to get the giveaway panel ready here because I got faith in you folks this morning. I got faith. All right, giveaways, keyword. Channel member Lux is going to be up to 10. All right, this one's going to be very, very easy here. Super simple. Super duper simple here. How do you get the giveaway? First of all, you need to follow me right here. It's going to pop up. It's going to pop up right there. At Selling Rips. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's qualification number 1. Qualification number 2 is I'm going to ask you to type in a keyword. And it'd be a little bit of a scavenger hunt here. I'm a VIP at the win. I've heard about you, my friend. Hey, there we go. Hopefully I see you there. I've been chopping it up lately. It's been a good time. All right, here we go, folks. Here we go. This is how you're going to find the keyword. And it is going to be the fourth word in the white box. Fourth word in the white box. Actually, no, let's make it this. Let's do this. It is the first teal word on the page. First teal word on the page that you can find right there. First teal word on the page. See how we can get that. The very first teal word on the page. Come on down, folks. Let's see. Are some of us getting it? Yeah, we're getting it. Nice. Very good. There we go. All right. This is for a free Top Step Combine, folks. Remember, channel members get 10x the luck. Here it is. The keyword is, of course, risk. There we go. Cries and colorblind. Yeah, teal is one of those colors that is not kind to colorblind folks. Correct. Oh, goodness. Sorry. All right. I like it. We had a very troll-free stream today. Let's keep that kind of energy going. It's a lot more fun. I mean, I do enjoy ripping the trolls. It's become a fun sport. But we kept it very troll-free today, which God bless you all. That's awesome. All right, folks, I'm going to be on Top Step TV in about 5 minutes, so let's get this giveaway going. We got 366 people who are eligible for the giveaway right here and now. Come on down. Type in the keyword risk. R-I-S-K. R-I-S-K. To win a free combine. And remember, I mean, this is not a free reset. This is not a This is not a, I don't know, not a free reset, it's not a discount. This is just a free, full-fledged combine just for you. Just for you. So let's give it away to somebody who is going to turn this into an XFA and then take a payout, which, by the way, has actually happened to a couple people who have won these combines. They took the combine all the way to XFA land and then got a payout. I think it was actually like the first payout for a couple of these people too, which is awesome. Gotta love that. That's the coolest thing ever. Like, imagine just tune into a stream, you win a free combine, and then you get a free payout. Like, whoa, that's dope. I love it. All right, folks, when this gets to 450, I'm going to run the jewels here. Type in the word risk just one single time. And good luck to all of you. And remember, you have to be following me on social media. So follow me on Twitter or Instagram or both, either one. Let's make it happen. All right, here we go, folks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and good luck, everybody. Here we go. It is going to Taz Trader. You have won the free Top Step Combine. Taz Trader, let me know what is your username on Instagram or Twitter. And let's see if we can find you there. Congrats to Taz Trader. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Hey, let's go. Yep. What is your username? What's your username? Let me know so I can find you and I can shoot you the message. Taz already won once. Nice. Taz is very lucky then. All right. Type in that username. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock starting now. Come on down. And if it's not showing up here, you got to type it in a different way, like use spaces or something. Like, come on, come on, come on. You got this, buddy. I don't know. I still have my stream deck in my lap, by the way. Come on down, Taz. It's your time to shine, buddy. Need that username. You have 30 more seconds to claim, or I have to re-roll. Those are the rules, my friend. I really want you to win here. I really, really, really want you to win. Thank you. Yeah, it's the @ symbol that was throwing it off. Okay, let's see if I can find you on Twitter. I'm going to check Twitter first, okay? And let's see. Okay, it's got to be on Instagram. Yeah, it's the @ symbol. Next time, folks, don't ever type the @ symbol. I promise you. It's what screws everything up. Okay, let's try this. Let's see. And you do follow me. Give it up for Taz Trader in the building. All right, I'm going to send you a message right now. Okay, so folks, and I don't usually mention this, but if you are one of these lucky winners, it does take Top Step usually about 3 to 5 business days to get you your coupon code. So just keep that in mind. If you're thinking like, oh, I'm just going to wait, this thing's going to come in today. No, it takes 3 to 5 business days for the turnaround on these free combines. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to go head over to Top Step TV. Let's do a Rips Raid for the Rips Raiders out there. Let's do a little Rips Raid in their chat over there. Let them know what time it is. There's the link right there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you over in Top Step TV. And if I don't see you over there, we'll be back tomorrow here to trade CPI. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you over on Top Step TV. Take care.